Today we're going to talk about objects. Objects are basically almost everything on your UI. So if we look at the Qi Message app, this button is an object. This label is an object. This image is an object. In fact, the page itself is an object. Okay, so we want to populate the storyboard with these objects, and with these objects we can attach actions and outlets, and with the actions then we can perform functions, and with the outlets then we can change the properties. So if we go into our code, we can see what type of objects we can add to our storyboards, and you can see there we can add buttons, we can add form, we can add lists, slider, endless, almost endless amount of objects that we can add, and it's the objects that create the UI. Okay, let's start coding. I'm going to divide this video into two parts. The first part, I'm going to show you how to create the objects just by dragging and dropping the objects onto the storyboard. The second part, I'm going to show you how to create the objects programmatically. Okay, and the reason why you need to create them programmatically is because sometimes you need to create the objects on the fly, depending on what the user wants. Okay, let's start coding. Create your new project as usual, and then go to your storyboard. So to add objects to your storyboard, just click this add button, and then you have all these different types of objects you can add. So the most common two are labels and buttons. So just add a label, drag and drop, and there's your label. And then let's add a button. Again, drag and drop. And there's your button. Let's constrain it. So we're going to add the width, height, and top constraint. And then also horizontal constraint. Again, the same thing for button. Width, height, top, and a horizontal constraint. Okay. Now let's add a view controller. Okay, so a view controller, if we scroll down, here's a view controller. Okay, we add it to the storyboard. View controller is also an object, just like a label and a button, no different. Now let's add a label to our new view controller. Okay, constrained horizontal, vertically. Also constrain the height and the width. And let's make our label 2, okay, so that we know that this is our second view controller. Actually, let's just call it name or new. Name it new. All right, and you're going to control drag to create a segue and choose show. All right, so if you run it now, you will see on the simulator that we have a new label, a new button, and we click on the button, we should go to our new view controller with the label new. So let's run it. And we do have a label, we have a button, and when we tap on the button, it goes to the new view controller. Okay? So that's how you create the objects by just dragging and dropping to your storyboard. So part 2, we're going to talk about how to do it programmatically, which is a little bit harder because we need to code it.